What is up, boys and girls? Welcome to another video. Today I'll just kind of run you guys over my kicking session. Kind of show you how my session went today. Today was a beautiful day out. It was a little hot. Well, not a little, but pretty hot. You know, when it gets summer in Missouri, it gets really hot and humid. So it was a pretty hot day, especially since I was wearing black cleats on my kicking foot. You know how black cleats goes when it's on hot turf. So I try to get as much out of it while I'm there before my toes start burning off or my heels start burning off. So this is just me tying my laces, getting ready, getting all laced up, and ready to execute and do what I come out there to do, right, which is execute. So getting up and get some stretches in, get some little jogs in, get those legs moving, get that blood pumping a little bit, get that heart rate up a little bit, kind of get you ready for war, basically. Yep. Get those stretches in. Looks ready to go, don't he? I think so. All right, let's get my stretches this time. Stretches are good. Now we do some one steps without any ball, just swings, just to kind of familiarize yourself with the motion you're trying to do. It's very important to do. You can do it in 3 steps too. It is really good to do though. Just familiarize yourself, that muscle memory. You know what I mean? Just kind of get yourself ready. It's very important. So I do recommend doing that before you get into your sessions. It's very good to do. That was me just pumping the ball. I leave my balls in my trunk, in my bag, so they usually get lose air over time. So most times when I go back for sessions, if it's a while, I tend to, having to put some air in it. I have to take the shirt off because it's cooking out there. So now I'm back I'm in the session now. This is still warm up. It's a one step. I think this was like 41 yards or somewhere like that. Just as I said, just warming the leg up, basically. One step from 41. Good. Now we're at 40. I'm gonna say this is 41, right? Maybe, or still 41 somewhere. But this is 3 steps. This is just still warming up. Any misses, you'll still see. I won't edit it out. You can see that wasn't the cleanest ball. I kind of kicked the ground out on that one. That's because you're warming up. You're kind of trying to get that get everything down. In your warm-ups is where you're gonna make the most mistakes. Once you're warmed up, you should be pretty much automatic. It's the warm-ups the biggest challenge. But as you see, I moved back a little bit because I like to move. You got to move around. Just keep going. That one, you could see that one I pushed left. Unfortunately, I felt good off my foot, but that was just too much left. In the real life, though, it was closer than it looked on the camera, because when it crossed that upright, it was way more in than that, but it looked like it was like horribly left. But I still count it as a miss, right? Because that's missing on NFL uprights, so that's a miss. But that was, that's my second kick or third kick in warming up, so it's fine. We're not complaining. We're getting it down. This is 46, right? I want to say I backed up to 46 right after that miss. So all these edits are right after each kick. It's not cut up or anything. That one's a better ball down the middle. Still hit the dirt out a little bit, but not bad. But better ball. The key is you're getting it through the uprights. That's what's important, and you want to get it through the uprights with good height. And if you could do that consistently, that's good. Or if you could consistently get the same ball, which is not easy, but it's possible, right? So just want to get a nice ball each time. Let it pop off your foot. This one's 50 middle. Yeah. As you see, I'm just slowly making my way back. And as I said, each video is after the other kick. I'm not kicking and getting or, trying to put it together, let it look nice. That's a good ball from 50 middle. Cleared with a lot of room, but as I said, I'm not cutting anything up to make it look good. Each kick is after each other. I just keep it filming. I just don't do a running film because that would be so much editing, and I can't do all that editing. So this was the next kick. I think this was like 50. I want to say 52, 53 left. That's where I'm backed up now. As I said, I'm working my way backwards, just slowly going backwards more and more. So this one is 53 left. kick the ground out a little bit. That was a higher contact, a little bit on my ankles slightly. Still a good ball. Still went through the uprights. Not my best ball, but good enough kick, right? It made it pretty much down the middle. So that still wasn't a bad ball. Now we got a 55. This was 55, right? And as I said, each of these kicks are after each other. I just don't do a running film because it would be a long video and be a lot to edit and cut it up. And I would do the same thing I would do if I cut the video. So I just do piece by piece by piece to make it easier on me. But this one's 55 right. And you can see that one's straight down the middle. Good height, good everything on that ball. I think it's just how kicking is. As you watch the video, you realize how my kicking technique, contact, everything, it slowly progresses to better and better. And I think that's because that's how the whole warm-up process is when it comes to kicking. You know, you tend to like you start off with the bad balls, and then the more you kick, it gets better. It just keeps getting better. This one should be from 50. I want to say either 58 or 59. So I went from 55 right to like 58 left, I want to say. Either 58 or 59. I'm going to say 58. It was like right between 58 and 59. So I'm going to go with 58. It's like 58 and a half basically. But because sometimes I have to find decent spots on these turfs because some of it has slopes and it will kind of affect how you hit the ball sometimes with the slopes. That again is pretty much straight down the middle. Really good kick again. That's a really good ball. Good contact. As I said, you know, the more you progress in your warm-up, the better you tend to hit the ball because you're warming up. This was the kick right after that 58 left. Unfortunately, this one missed, but I'll come back because I'll do a second attempt because I'm not going to settle for a miss. But you could see on this one, I got a good contact on it. It started with a promising look to it, but then it basically kind of drifted right a little bit on me. More than likely on me when it comes to contacts, but that's fine. Yeah, see, it started nice and then it kind of did that weird drift to the right, but that's okay. It happens. We're humans, right? How many of those kicks have I missed so far? Not that much, so it's fine. That's me coming back. I was shagging balls. You know, you can see that it's hot. You see how sweaty I am. I looked all oiled up, dude. Anyway, I went back to the same spot because I'm like, I'm not settling for a miss because it's one thing with me. I know what I'm capable of and I believe in myself and I know I can certainly hit from there. 62 is light work for me, so I went back to the same spot with the other ball because I went to shag balls. You can see the balls in front of me right there. So I went back because I'm like, I have to make it. I'm not settling for that. So went back, same spot, 62, and that one is good with a lot of room. So now I even got more pumped. What I did was I took 2 more attempts from that same spot because, you know, why not? I'm just kind of at the end of the sessions I tend to just finish with big balls. It's like I kind of call it exhibition. It's kind of what I call it, my little exhibition session where I just keep hitting big balls, a couple big balls, make sure I'm sharp on those too. So this is from the same spot, 62, no different, same spot, same kick. I shouldn't change anything. Not a thing should change. And as you can see, not a thing changed. Beautiful kick again, straight down there and good money. So I'm going to hit another one from there because why not? 62, same spot. So it should be no different. You can see I kind of did a little bit of step there just to kind of get some of that turf to kind of sit lower sometimes because, as I said, if you look around on turf fields when you're kicking, there's a lot of different slopes and hills, and if you're not careful, you could kick you kick the whole ground out. You probably break your ankle if you don't be careful. So I kind of watch out for those things. But yeah, another one. So this would be three out of 3, or four attempts with 1 miss basically. Here we go. Money again, right down there.